I don't think, without getting too political, that we bang up the drum enough about ourselves in Britain, and I think we're still pretty well high up on the list as far as innovation goes.
I'm Matt Stadlen, and this is Made in Britain UnPacked, the series where we tell the stories of British manufacturers. And I'm delighted to say that here with me today in Manchester is Tim Jevons. And Tim, you are the founder of Orion Eco Solutions.
Yep.
And in the simplest terms, just explain what it is you manufacture here in Britain.
We do a variety of coatings for protecting surfaces, both in the field of microorganisms and coatings to protect assets. So, for instance, our main line is photocatalytic coatings, so they react with light and do the magic of stopping the spread of microorganisms, for instance, or cleaning buildings on the outside by simply using light, that being natural light, artificial light.
This sounds like an extraordinary technology.
Oh, it is. Yes, it is. It is extraordinary. We find that it definitely falls into the, dare I say it, too good to be true. So you do spend inordinate amount of time proving those points, but we go down the route of not just lab testing, but we use independent microbiologists who can support our claims and monitor them over a period of time.
So in everyday language, what are we talking about here? This is a mock-up here.
Yes, it's 98% water and 2% titanium dioxide. And that is, for instance, used in toothpaste. When it's on the surface, over a short period of time, it starts to react with light and it does its magic. So then it's basically hydroxyl radicals and it's busting apart molecules. So that could be nitrogen, carbon, sulfur, or inside a building where we've done most of the testing and got the results for stopping microorganisms spread in surfaces and uniquely in the air. For instance, we did a part of the BICS, which is the British Institute of Cleaning Services, their Future of Cleaning programme back in February of last year. And so every 3 months, I believe it was, they would go in and test it's still working, and it was. And that report has just been published.
And is this preemptive rather than reactive? So this is to try to protect a surface in advance? Yeah,
absolutely. I sort of call it prevention, not cure. I mean, it's not going to stop someone coming in with shall we say, COVID, and they're suddenly going to have that moment where they're going to it'll disappear, but it's going to mitigate the spread. It is about stopping microorganisms surviving on the surface or in the air.
I introduced you, of course, as the founder of Orion Eco Solutions.
Yeah.
Just very briefly explain the eco bit of the solution.
Yes, eco, right, that's a big word for 3 letters. I think it was a focus. I realised some time ago that most chemicals are from a long time ago and they're pretty toxic. Even, when you get people buying these things and they say, oh, well, look at the SCS, it's fine, but that's a diluted version. They're still handling fairly toxic stuff. And so we look at how can we find something better, more sustainable for the environment, for the staff. It's all wrapped into one that we think of ESG statements that a lot of these companies make. And I think that was pretty well the idea. I'm not sure I expected to actually end up with such a good solution, but that was as you said, ethos at the beginning.
And is it an important thing for you to be part of this wider community of Made in Britain?
Yes, absolutely. No, it's a big statement. I've passed on Made in Britain stuff to quite a few people who are now members. But yes, I mean, it's I don't think, without getting too political, that we bang up the drum enough about ourselves in Britain and what we have and the innovation. I think we're still pretty well high up on the list as far as innovation goes and the people.
Is there a pride in being a British manufacturer?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. It's I don't know how I would put that, but I don't think it's something you consciously start thinking, oh, it's made in Britain. But I think when you get involved with Made in Britain and you sort of read some of the stories as I do, I think, yeah, okay, this is quite some informative, excellent movement to be part of.
Do you have a message to people who might not have thought about going into manufacturing until recently and now considering it?
If you've got the ways and wills to move forward with either your idea, your invention, or your knowledge, maybe it's another chemical formula, I would absolutely say do it. Absolutely, because then you're the master of your own destiny, whether you succeed or not. It's always down to yourself.
Tim, it's been really interesting to talk to you and to hear your story. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.